Hello, this is Shirley Boots, and I'd like to introduce you to the Edulastic tool. So once you create a login, this is the dashboard that you would see. As you can see, I've got each of my classes here. You can also create a new class and import the information from Google Classroom, so it does work with Google Classroom. Within the Edulastic, you can create assignments or search for assignments. So you see I've got 2 assignments created, but I could also go in and search for assignments outside. There's a library of questions that you can go through and add. So you can search obviously by grade level and by subject. But you can also search by the standards. So in Texas, the TEKS, you can search by those and get specific questions that are TEK based. You can also specify the level of difficulty as easy and medium or hard. So in my case, what I use it for in my classroom, and this is the first year we've used it, is right now we are creating a few, emphasis on few, quizzes and also tests. And with the tests, we do a Scantron. So with the quiz, we actually enter the questions. So you have a variety. You can do matching, obviously multiple choice. You can do a drop-down menu where they can select. And then you can do multiple selection and fill in the blank. In addition to that, you can create what we call the Scantron only tests. So this is a test that is coming up tomorrow, is Unit 6 Part 2. So I'm going to open that. I'm going to open my details just so I can see it. So this is a Scantron only, so this is what the student sees. When I set it up, it lets me select the type of question as well as what the answer is, so I can just go in and program all of it. And then you publish it and save it. Now mine are saved all to the private library, so I would have to share a link with my colleagues or make it public, and then you can assign it. When you click assign, you're going to select all the different classes you can assign it to. So I'm just going to go through and assign it to everyone. Okay, all students selected in the class, so you could specify which students have this and which students don't. Then you're going to select the date that it's going to open and the time. So I'm going to select 7 a.m. because we want it to open right at the beginning of school. And then we will close it, not in February. And because I usually have a lot of students who are absent the day of the test, enough that it would hinder progress, I always keep it open an extra day. But the test is on paper, so all they would see is just a bunch of multiple choice selections. You can select the test behavior, so you can select whether it releases the scores and the student responses and correct answers. I never do that. Okay, you want partial credit and not to penalize them, and this is an assessment in this case. Anything marked with a gold asterisk, you have to pay for the premium account, and I'm just using the free account. So here's the fun part. Once you've assigned it, now you can go into assignments, and now you see this assignment is there. So now I can go in and I can actually adjust it. I want to show you an assignment though that has already been done. So I'm going to go down here to the Part 1. So this is what it looks like after the students take it. You can actually watch this happen in real time while the students are taking it, so you can see them enter their questions, enter their answers, and it'll turn red or green. You can see the percent correct and which questions they got wrong. You can click on View Student Responses if you're not sure which little dot that is, and you can see each and every response as well as the amount of time, that's the line, that they spent on each question. And it's not letting me go back. You can review standards bases. I'm gonna have to go back the other way. So I'm still learning how to use this program, but you can also see the overall, and this is where the value is really for me. So I can see the average and the middle score, and then I can see exactly which questions were the most missed right here, question 15 and question 12, and then a little bit of question 10. So those were the trouble spots for my students, so then I can go through and look and see what was going on. The other cool part about this is if you have a student who scores really low, so let's say I want to allow a student to go back. So this student scored a 60, a 58.7. So I can check that person and then click redirect. And basically the system allows the person to go back in and redo the questions that they missed. So if I click redirect, it pops up and it will say entire class absent students or the specific student, and then I can redirect them to go back and redo the problems that they missed. So this gives me data and feedback immediately. I can set it to give the students data and feedback immediately, and then I can redirect them to go in and redo it immediately.